Welcome, Flyers fans. You're listening to Chris Mayer, Flyers Fan Mania 93 on YouTube.
Okay, so, yeah, another loss for this team. Not the greatest game overall. I mean, look, it is so unbelievably frustrating to watch this team because they've just played like such a weird style of hockey where like one night they look good and they're still able to come back and win games. The next night they can't score. The last two games they've been goalied where the other goaltender makes crazy saves left and right and keeping the other team in the game. And there's a lot of things that have been wrong with this team, and they get hit with COVID again. Giroux and Provorov go into the COVID protocol today. Provorov's streak at 403 games. His Ironman streak was broken off of a very, very bad way, to easily the worst possible way for him to get that streak broken was because of COVID and getting put in the COVID protocol. So the lines for this one are a little bit different. You have Farabee with Lawton and Atkins. So Lawton comes back in, plays first line center. Mayhew, Hayes, JVR, Lindblom, Frost, Konechny, Willman, Brown, McEwen. Defense, since Provorov is out, Cam York comes in. So York gets called up. He comes and plays with Braun, Sanheim, Ristolainen, Yandel, Canal, and Carter Hart was in net for this one for the first time in a couple games because he was out with COVID as well. So Hart does start, and you know it was a good pace early, but Anaheim scores first on a weird goal. It looked like it hit the post, but it was deflected by Terry on a Lindholm shot. Hit the post, then the camera went right out. And there was a whistle, and then the horn sounded, so you knew that was a goal. And that ends up going in, so the Ducks score. Flyers had a lot of one-and-done chances in the first period. They didn't have that great of a first period overall. Breakouts were bad. Forwards didn't have support for them. Couldn't really do anything past the neutral zone. They had speed getting in, but the Ducks had really easy exits, and the Flyers didn't do a great job of, just breaking that down or anything like that, trying to force them to make turnovers. York had a good play to get around a forward checker, really nice breakout pass. Didn't lead to anything crazy, but a good play. Cam York was easily one of the bright spots of the first period. Thought he had a really good game overall, made some great plays, some good stretch passes, good keeps in the zone, has a quick shot to the net. Braun had a shot, which was tipped by JVR a couple minutes later. Farabee had a good play to get the puck to York. Good shot on that there, and then the Ducks come down and score. Offensive zone draw for the Flyers. They lose it. Terry goes up, walks around Sanheim, dekes Carter Hart. That's a play where Sanheim, again, I said it last year, and I'll say it again, he's got to use his body more. And he's been very good in that area, honestly, and throughout the season. There's been not as many plays were in front of the net. He's been, kind of taking off the puck. I know the overtime goal against San Jose was one of those where it's very similar to last year, but he's definitely been a lot better in that area. That's another one. You got to step up there. I mean, to me, it doesn't seem like he realizes how big he is, and he's able to play, and use that to his strength. And that's a play right there where he does do that. That just can't happen. It can't happen. Carey cannot split the defense on basically a 1-on-2 because Ristolainen's on the other side, and he splits Sanheim more. But again, it's Risto was there, and it's not really one I blame Carter Hart for. Yeah, you'd like a save there because he beat the defenseman, but I'm not blaming Carter Hart there. That's all Sanheim. Sanheim has to stop that, and he doesn't. And the Ducks go up 2-0. Atkinson had a good play to Farabee being close. It was a good transition off a turnover. Good save by Gibson as well. Ristolainen had a really nice block shot. Ducks had some offensive zone pressure. Just laid out and blocked that one. Really nice play. York crept down low on a 3-on-1. Frost pass was behind him. I would have liked to seen Frost kind of take that to the net, but it was a good play by York to cut in. Good play to recognize that, but the pass was just behind him. And then the Flyers would score on a chance where they get the play going the other way. Atkinson, really nice pass from Farabee in the slot. Atkinson opens up on the stick. The pass was hard enough where Atkinson was kind of able to deflect it but shovel it at the same time, and it goes in. They definitely needed that one, and that was also Atkinson's first goal against Anaheim, and that was the last team he needed to score against besides Seattle. So he scored against 31 of 32 teams. He didn't score against Seattle in 2 games this year for the Flyers. But overall, end of one, it was a pretty brutal period, but that goal helped them though. That goal came late in the period, around a minute left. Second period starts, and Ducks had some early pressure. Big save on Comtois early. But that was really it. They had zone pressure, but they only had one shot through majority of this game. Flyers had their looks, they had chances, they had offensive zone time. The second period just was kind of seemed like it was kind of just going by. It didn't really seem that there was anything crazy from both teams. JVR had a breakaway, tried to go back in 5-0, missed that one. The Flyers did a better job on breakouts. Ducks had a lot of icings in the last 40 minutes of this game. Second and third had a huge amount that led to more chances for the Flyers, and they couldn't get anything going from it. Anaheim gets a power play on a cross check. It was a retaliatory hit. It was retaliatory because Sanheim got hit before on by Robinson and then cross checked him. So they call that one. And 4-4, Fowler with an interference call on Farabee. York was very aggressive on Terry in a 2-on-1 play, and that's exactly what I want to see from Sanheim. York is smaller than Sanheim, and he took him off the puck and then played him physically to the wall and sealed him off. That's what Sanheim has to do on the goal that made it 2-0. Right there. That's the perfect play you have to do against a guy who is, for York, bigger than his size, so he's got to do that more. And I'm saying Sanheim. Ristolainen had a really nice hit on Milano. York had a shot from the point, scrambled front, connecting. Lindblom were there. Ended up getting cover up. Frost set up the whole play because the Flyers had a good play in transition. He basically stopped on a dime, set up Konechny, and that started the whole play. And they had a chance, but Konechny couldn't get that home. Milano was hit once, then hit again by Ristolainen. Tried the flip pass from behind the net, and nobody was there. I would have... If that got scored on the Flyers, I don't know what I would have done. It would have been such a just absolutely brutal. That play is insane that they have the guts to try that. It's unbelievable. York had a really nice good breakup on a 3-on-2 rush, stepped up, made a really nice play. JVR basically made something out of nothing. He had a lot of chances in this game. Konechny did. Atkinson had a couple. Hayes had a few as well. I mean, the Flyers were having chances, and puck is in the neutral zone here. It's around 3 minutes left. Gets whistled down. And Frost bumps into Gibson, so it's a goal interference penalty. Very stupid penalty to take. Puck isn't even in the offensive zone. You're exiting and defense is winding it back in, and Frost trips up Gibson. So it's a goal interference call. Brutal penalty to take there. It's a period where the Ducks have had basically really nothing overall. They had, I think, only maybe 3-4 shots at that point. Nothing crazy for Carter Hart besides the chance in the first minute of the second that I mentioned on the play from Comtois. And they score. So it's 3-1. Milano scores. Great passing play. And this one gets challenged for goal interference. And I personally didn't like the challenge. I think it was pretty clear that Ristolainen was the one who checked the Ducks player in front that went into Hart. And Hart couldn't make the save because Ristolainen did it. And it was a goal. And it was called a goal on the ice. Hart didn't make any reaction out of it. And it was not even 30 seconds for the refs on the headset to figure that one out. I didn't like the challenge from Mike Yeo. I know he's used it before. I really didn't like it there. Because, again, it's a play where you already took the penalty, okay? And it was a bad penalty to take. Then you just added another 2 minutes where you have to defend in a period where you've had more chances than the other team, and they played better than Anaheim in that second period. They did. But it's another 2 minutes there in the last few of the period where you have to defend, and Flyers had a couple chances shorthanded, surprisingly. But yeah, I mean, that was a lot better penalty kill than the first one. They were very aggressive. They made good plays all around, and then they had a couple shorthanded chances. Atkinson had a shot that it wasn't anything crazy, but third period starts, and the Flyers had an early chance from Farabee, was tipped just wide. It was kind of just like a weird couple minutes there. It didn't really seem to get anything was going for the Flyers, and then Lindblom made a play from his knees, hit Konechny. Flyers were getting chances. They started to keep going, started to get everything going from there. A couple minutes before that, Mayhew was stoned in front by Gibson, and the Flyers were buzzing. They had a couple chances. I personally felt like in the third period there was a lot of calls that weren't called on Anaheim that could have been penalties, and there was one late that ends up getting called on an embellishment, which I personally didn't agree that was embellishment. I know Konechny could be one of those guys. Maybe it's because his reputation they call that. I'm not sure. But there was a 4-on-4 before that. Konechny had a shot off the rush, which was a glove save. And then this 4-on-4 was the embellishment call with Lindholm and the cross-check. And I really didn't like that call on Konechny. So the Flyers, 4-on-4, they pulled the goalie. It was around 4 minutes left. Pulled the goalie 5-on-4. It was Atkinson, Lindblom, Atkinson, Frost, Farabee, Yandel, JVR. That's who was on the ice. And they had from zone time to puck possession to shots to it was like a full 2-minute power play. And then Yandel takes a shot, gets blocked, goes down the other way, and if Yandel doesn't trip that guy, that Ducks player who had the chance to put it in the empty net or at least pass it to a guy, they probably would have scored there. So Yandel has to take a trip, and at that point it was just, good night Gracie, because there was no time left, and the Terry would end up adding another one, and to make it an empty netter. And it's so frustrating. Like, it is so frustrating in so many ways, because I don't even know where to start, because I didn't think they played horrible. It's just you can't score in the COVID and everything, and they're just not playing well, and you're killed with injury, and obviously you lose 2 more guys in this game. I mean, your first line in this game was Farabee, Lawton, and Atkinson. That's like that could be a third line on this team when healthy. That could be a really good second line. I mean, it could be anything. But it's so unbelievably frustrating when you watch this constantly and you have so many chances to score and you just can't. And it's a problem. It really is. You're trying to figure out answers, and they don't have them right now. That's as simple as that. I mean, it's such a shame, because they would be such a better team if they could figure it out. But, like, man, they are just... God. It's mind-boggling to me, some of the chances they have that they can't score or put together or anything. I mean, there was 2 chances in that 5-on-4 late. One went through and went right across from the left post, and then another one went right across from the right post. I don't know if it's luck or anything like that, but they just cannot buy a goal. They can't buy anything, a solid win, anything. And they're finding ways to... Again, lately they've been finding ways to win games, but this is now 3 in a row that they have lost, and they really need to pick it up now. And Thursday is Pittsburgh at home, and that game is a ESPN Hulu only game, so that game won't be on TV. So if you don't have that, I'm not sure how you're going to be able to watch that one. I myself am going to have a problem figuring that out, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, it's tough right now with covering this team, because there's a lot of things that have gone wrong for them, and I don't know. It's just very unfortunate with the way that this season has gone so far, because this was not what I was expecting whatsoever. I don't think anybody else was either. Let me know your guys' thoughts below. Remember, guys, podcast articles, those links are on channel. Remember to check out Garrett Crew Construction for any home improvement needs, and check out Butt Ends. You can use code PHI for 10% off any products there. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you all again soon.